Twitter has spoken. Elon Musk, Twitter CEO, puts up a poll asking if he should step down. 57.5% are in favor. $4 billion OneCoin scam co-founder pleads guilty and faces 60 years in jail. The metaverse will influence travel decisions in 2023. Ex-President Donald Trump NFT collection receives backlash after users spot Photoshop errors. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Assets of Value podcast. Today, on December the 19th, and every day, we connect to share our insights and perspectives on crypto, Web3, and NFT topics. We are the founders of Assets of Value, a Web3 research organization. Our podcast is not to be taken as legal or financial advice. Let's jump straight into it. Abe, how's the market looking like today?
Hey Shurab, Bitcoin is trading at 16.7k, implying that the Sanda rally is almost over. And we have been seeing higher numbers of Bitcoin dominance and altcoins bleeding accordingly. The top altcoins like Atom, it's trading well below its $10 support range to $8.87. And projects like Ethereum trading around 1.2k region. And we can pretty much see that the market is halted in the last week, and this week might be the same.
Mondays always tend to start off slow with low liquidity. At the time of recording, America trading session hasn't yet opened, and yes, it's pretty flat and a very similar story from before. Red across the board, but not much percentage movement across many of the coins. Let's see how the rest of the week pans out. Let's kick off today's podcast with Elon Musk and him stepping down as the CEO of Twitter. So actually, he hasn't said he is going to step down. He just merely ran a poll where Twitter users could vote if he should step down or not. That poll has come back to 57.5%. And I guess we're discussing Twitter, Elon Musk, because he's a practitioner of free speech and the fact that the Twitter is so influential within the crypto space. Abe, what are your thoughts on this?
I find it funny, to be honest, because Elon Musk happened to be one of the most followed persons in Twitter. He has a lot of influence because we know that whenever he tweets, Doge and Shiba Inu pumps a lot. I mean, double digit pumps with a coin of billions of market cap. His influence is very, very high. Literally, the biggest influencer of crypto is Elon Musk. So, such a guy, when he puts a poll like this and he gets backlash from the communities so that he should be stepping down, then I think it's good for Bitcoin because Elon Musk was preparing to make Doge the central financial instrument for Twitter or his other endeavors. This was pretty rumored the space when he tweets about Doge or his Shiba Inu, etc.
It's interesting you mentioned Bitcoin, and we've seen Edward Snowden actually come out and tweet to say that he would take over as Twitter CEO as long as he's paid in Bitcoin. I found that quite funny. I don't know if he's serious or not. Obviously, there's allegations and charges against him, and he's not in a position to publicly run a company, but he's certainly a practitioner for freedom of speech. So it's interesting. We'll see how Elon does react to this, and the fact that Twitter is so influential within crypto and spreading news generally. It's always big news when Elon stroke Twitter is involved. And yes, like you pointed out, I am beginning to think, how would cryptocurrency, especially Doge, Shiba, and even Bitcoin, react to such news? We will wait and see how this pans out. Moving on, OneCoin scam co-founder, he pleads guilty and now faces 60 years in jail. It was a $4 billion scam. I'm not actually close to OneCoin or the scam that was involved. Can you shed some light on this, Abe?
At the beginning of the scam, the so-called OneCoin was initiated in 2014 and it flourished into a $4 billion coin in 2016. Without any fundamental backing, without any purpose, it just rose in value. And this is because back in 2016, 2014, there were not much many coins and investors had a lot less options to invest in. And they knew that crypto was a hot industry to invest in. So they literally poured money into whatever assets they could find.
It's interesting because Carl Sebastian Greenwood, the co-founder of the multi-billion-dollar fraudulent cryptocurrency scheme OneCoin, is due to be sentenced around April 2023 related to charges around wire fraud and money laundering. This is actually very similar to what Sam Bankman-Fried is being charged for. It has taken a number of years. 2014 is when it all kind of kicked off, and it's 2023 where he's being sentenced. So could we see the same sort of charges being brought to SBF, One, Celsius in terms of fraudulent activity and the time it could take to bring justice to them?
The nature of legal system is designed in such a way that it could take a lot longer years. And I think the incident with OneCoin founder is very similar to SPF because both have been alleged in defrauding people, investors. And what did SBF do? He created an exchange. He brought users money into the exchange using a lot of donations, a lot of marketing, and a lot of public influences. And then he proposed a coin, FTT, and literally FTT was a multi-billion-dollar coin in a few months. Then he grew Solana, which is his major investment, into a multi-billion-dollar coin. So we are talking about a guy who scammed people with a lot of money, with billions to be exact. And what he did later was quite astounding because SPF didn't recognize his fault in the collapse of the FTX exchange. He said that he didn't know what was going to happen or what was happening. But this guy, Carl Greenwood, he clearly knew what's going to happen or what's going to happen to him. And he now pleads guilty for 60 years in jail. That's a lifetime. And I hope that such severe punishments do stand out because it's important to create a healthy ecosystem for traditional or non traditional investors, be it Web3 or Web2.
I guess from a legal perspective, carrying out an action with intent or carrying out an action unknowingly do serve different types of penalties. I guess in SBF's case, many political figures or people of influence were affected by this and now do have egg on their faces. So there's an embarrassment across a particular type of person who has been involved in anything related to FTX or SBF. So it's interesting where we have in one case someone pleading guilty, and in any other case where he's coming out and saying that he's unaware. Obviously, there's it's an ongoing case, and more will come out. But the way that we're seeing it, any parties that are involved are fully disclosing that Sam was aware. However, it's not for us to delve into that case and how it will play out. No doubt that's going to continue to rumble on until its conclusion. Let's switch gears and move into the metaverse. Booking.com predicts that the metaverse itself will influence travel decisions in 2023. That's only next year, and it feels like the metaverse is not ready for adoption. What kind of angle are they coming in from, suggesting that the metaverse has an influence of physical destinations? What do they mean?
I think it was bound to happen because Booking.com has a serious competitor in form of Traveler, which is a crypto-based company. That means Traveler accepts crypto for all the flights, all the bookings and everything. But what is Booking.com trying to project? Because in Metaverse, you can experience the landscape even before you go to that landscape. The whole idea of virtual reality is so surrounding and immersing so that people will prefer to be there in the metaverse first and then in real. So they are getting a kind of a teaser action from the metaverse experience. And this is particularly true when you see that most of the people watch movies after they watch trailers or teasers. All the people want a demo just before they see the actual thing. I think this is the angle Booking.com is trying to project.
I have to agree. I mean, I use booking.com all the time. It aggregates many hotels and flights, and it seems like a natural extension of their business to take a virtual tour or link into the metaverse that is rendered correctly, given a taste or a teaser of what travelers can expect. We can do that with real estate at the moment with the 360 photography and even Google Maps, where you can move forward, backwards, side and side. Yes, metaverse itself is fully immersive, but someone who's not Web3 native, these are the baby steps that are needed to get users more engaged to being exposed or onboarded into metaverse itself. So interesting take. I like it, and I do think they are onto something there. Let's stay with Web3 but shift slightly to NFTs. President number 45 of United States, Donald Trump NFT collection, that took off with a storm. It minted at $99 on Polygon, and it was using a fiat or credit card purchase mechanism. However, upon reveal, it received quite a bit of a backlash after users spot many mistakes and even photos or graphics being pinched from the internet. So it's not good publicity at the moment. What do you read into this?
Firstly, to launch an NFT collection like that, like in a swift manner, I think Trump deserves a lot of appreciation. But the funniest thing is that he didn't do it correctly. He launched on Polygon, which is an excellent decision these days. But we are hearing complaints that the Photoshop works were inaccurate and inadequate. The funny thing is that I can even see that some watermarks are left after the editing. I mean, they are using the free version to create an NFT. I don't think such a stature like Donald Trump, who is such an experienced business person, will do such a mistake, but it happened, and I think he has become laughing stock in the crypto economy once again.
It astounds me on so many different levels. Firstly, the fact that 45,000 NFTs were launched and they all got sold out. That is mind boggling. When you talk about on ramping and bringing new users into the space, it could not have been executed any better. The fact that he does have a strong following just amplified the FOMO, and the fact that they were trading up to zero point 0.8 ETH in some cases. I came across one that got sold for 69 ETH, and that's a huge amount of money. Obviously, the whole collection is retracing at the moment, and I have no idea if there's any longevity in this. But the fact that he has pulling power, and we saw this as well in the actual run up to the elections, the news, the scandals, the airtime that he was getting during that election phase. We're definitely in a new era. I'm kind of happy that he is experimenting with new technology. He's done it before. It's great to see, and I'm up for new people being onboarded. But let's wrap it up there. It's been super fun as always. I'm glad you were able to jam with us today. That's it. Until next time, thank you, everybody, and we're signing off.